I don't know how many times I had to harp on it. I don't know how many times I had to say it. But if we don't start off the game giving the ball to Isiah Pacheco, somebody need to be slapped. I'm just saying. And the reason is when Pop gets going, he gets everybody else going. He's our lightning bug. He is our energizer. He is our firecracker. He is our dynamite with the energy coming in for the offensive side of the football. Pop is the guy to get it all going for us, at least for this year. Okay. And I can't understate that. It's reality right now, especially when if you've been kind of struggling in the receiving part of the game all season like you have, gotten better, but still a struggle. You know where your strength is. You know where your strength lies. For us, it lies in 10. 10 is going to be the guy. Then you have Travis Kelce, you have Rashee Rice, those guys making plays rightfully so on the on receiver end. But Pop, man, come on. When you look for the tough yards, and he looks like a smaller guy amongst giants. I mean, he looks a lot smaller than those linemen when he's running. But he's got so much energy. He's got so much of like that oomph to him that it's infectious. You can't help but, feel where he's coming from. He gets up off the ground fast. He's just, moving around. He, flings his arms and he's just that guy. He's just that guy for us. And so if you want to sustain drives, you got to give it to 10. You have to. You just have to. We get out, we start firing the ball away. Okay, I get it. You want to see where you are. You can do that. But what ends up happening when we start running Pop, the run start opening up the pass. Why? Because he was getting 5. He was getting 8. He was getting things like that. He was getting the tough yards. And so when you got 2nd and 3 and 3rd and 2, when you become manageable getting the first down because you got positive yards running the football, that helps out everything. Helps out your entire offense. And so it makes the linebackers stand still because they got to check to make sure that you're not having the football off. And that's what I've seen. I've seen the play action working. We actually started running wide zone. We started running zone from under center, okay? I hate when we run wide zone from shotgun. I cannot stand it. I want to go through and see exactly how many yards we have on wide zone from shotgun. And I guarantee we probably have negative yards for the entire season. Seriously. And it's just and somebody say, hey, man, we need to run this thing from center. You know why? Because our running backs are more better geared downhill, having their shoulders parallel to the line of scrimmage. That's what you want. That's what you want your running backs to do. We're downhill runners, okay? Anytime you start running sideways and your shoulders are adjacent to that's not a good thing. Plus, our guys up front, let Pop be able to see the hole. Let him see what's going on first, okay? Let him be able to read it. And his patience is showing up. I'm seeing his patience. He's reading the holes. He is taking his time, man. And he's taking it. He's starting to run the way I feel his running style is coming out. Like he's starting to figure it out for himself. So he's gotten over that point where you see a guy who was young coming into the league, but now it's like, okay, he's ready. He's got it. He's got it now. He's reading it. He understands what it means playing in the NFL. And so it just makes sense, man, to give it a Pop. CH comes in and makes some plays. Okay? Playing great football. He gets a crucial first down for us.
Huge
thing going down, right? I mean, man. And that's what I'm talking about. He has this energy, this thought process of just fitting into this offense, getting things going. And he's running hard. He's doing a great thing. I'm not going to fault him as much on the fumble, okay? It's at the end of the game. Game is over at this moment. And the guy made a good play. He put his helmet right on the football. right? Yeah, he should hold on to the football. But other than that, man, he had a good game. He had a good game. But Pop, man, was everything that we needed him to be. CEH catching the ball out the backfield was, exactly what we needed him to be. What we do miss, the element we do miss, is the pass protection. We do miss that. Miss the pass protection part of it from McKinnon. All right? These guys are not as good as McKinnon doing the chips and then getting out. Or there was a couple of times they came and they got ran over. Or times they're not letting Patrick get a little bit more space in his throwing lane. But other than that, man, the running backs did a good job. So I'm gonna give my RBs. I'm gonna give these guys, man. I'm gonna give them a B. Give them a B. Okay, solid B. Okay. Obviously, I just named the things they could have got better at. From CH, better on the pass protection. But overall, man, I think they did a pretty good job. B grade for them.
Yeah, I gotta say, we talked about our post game show the other day. Like you and I were both like, "What the heck are we doing?" Just coming out of the game, throwing 3 straight times. But in the end of the game, Pacheco's most carries he's ever had in a game, 24 carries. So we commit to the run a little bit in that one. The thing I love, after the game, ESPN's Jeff Darlington interviewed Pacheco on the field. He was so enthused, man. I loved it. I love this weather. Obviously a Jersey boy. So like he's very familiar with this kind of cold. Maybe not -30. I don't think many people are familiar with that, but he's grew up in this. And I gotta say, like the one thing that stood out to me, they asked him about his game and his energy and stuff, and he was like, it's all offensive line. They were working their butts off in the trenches and getting me going. But he goes, it all comes down to practice, and we're gonna get after it this week. And it's not often you hear guys post-game stuff talk about practice, getting back to practice, and and like owing what we did tonight to practice this week. You don't really hear that often. So hearing Pop mention practice as a why they won this game and what they got to do this week, it's all starts of practice, and it's very true. It's a very basic concept, but you don't hear that often.
Yeah, what he's echoing what's being emphasized to it. He's hearing that from his coach. It's a position coach. He's hearing that from Andy. He's hearing that from Nagy. And that's the emphasis, right? Getting back to practice. What we do out here in practice matters. We're not going through the motions here. We're here at practice to get better. And so him saying that is him believing it, him seeing it. So he's putting his effort and all those things in practice. I'm seeing those things. You will play like you practice, okay? You will play like you practice. There's no mistake about that. So I think that's what he's doing. I think he's just kind of reiterating what he's heard. But also, too, he buys in. You can tell he buys in. A guy like that, you can tell when he comes out to practice, he's high energy too, probably in practice as well. I don't think it's a time that Joker slows down at all. If he was a little bit more like recluse or a little bit more introverted and quiet, you're like, man, what's going on with you today? What's up, man? Everything all right? That's when you had to be bothered. But while he's out there slanging and all those different things, man, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. So yeah, man. Pop is going to take us to where we need to go. Okay, running the football is going to take us where we need to go, because if you don't have a legitimate threat running the football, then it ain't gonna work well for you. It's just not, especially in the playoffs. I don't care who it is. You name any team that's going deep in the playoffs, you don't have a running game, a legit running game, your butt's going home. Hello, when we see Dallas, right? Hello, right? Same thing, Rams. I mean, Rams end up getting hurt a little bit, but you start seeing those guys, David Montgomery and Jamar Gibbs, those guys starting to get a little rolling. Mm-hmm. So you got to have that running game. That is so important. It is so important. And I was talking about because once I got to the film, we were kind of running a little bit more of the traps and doing a little bit more counters. And we'll get into the O-line a little bit. Just kind of getting guys, trying to get them to the next level. Sometimes toward the end of the game at a cold game like this, man, you get a little stiff-legged. Yeah. But starting the game off, man, get those big guys, get them warmed up, man, get them hitting things. That's what you want them to do. So
it's a good point. The team, if you can kind of correlate the teams that are out of the playoffs, not being able to get the run game going. Cleveland couldn't get the run game going. Miami couldn't get the run game going. Dallas couldn't get the run game going.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kyron, I think he had like about 60 yards rushing before he got hurt, was out for the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, 100%. It's a great correlation.
Yeah, man. So it's vital, especially in the playoffs. I mean, you need to have a running game, a solid foundation in the running game, man. And the Chiefs are no different. They're not. So I hope we keep up with that trend. I really do, because that's what it's going to take for us to win. Is with guys like that.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.